Well, good evening, everybody. 2 weeks of LEC action has gone, and trying to analyze all the games, all the picks and bans, and all those kind of things is going to be a gigantic waste of time. So I decided that for this week and the first week that I missed, that I decided to compile all my crazy all of these analysis into a couple different parts. First off is the good, bad, and ugly. Though, and I went, and these are the moments of the LEC that are deemed great, that are deemed meh, and that are deemed really, really bad. And then I will do a hockey analogy of 3 stars of the week. So you got your 1 star, your 2 star, and your 3 stars. My 1 star is going to be like your okay best performer. Your second star is like a good performer, and then your 3 stars like genuine best performer of the week. Don't worry, it's not going to be as long of a video. If you like it, you can sub and subscribe and like it if you want. So I'm gonna do week 2, but I have to do week 1 since since I wanted to do it week 1, but I never got to do it. So I'm gonna go for week 1. Week 1 is definitely a strawless. 0-3 start, losing all these games like these, not so great. Already covered that. Fnatic deserved a bad for me. I think 1 and 2. Everybody was thinking that Reckless coming back to this team would just be automatically going to be Fnatic's best season, probably finally winning a split or something. And so far, I think if you notice from the first 2 weeks, they have not been great at all. They have really not been great. And, they got a huge win, but it almost felt like they're not performing as well. I think the mid. I think the mid jungle situation is bad. The top is bad. Bot is kind of desired, left to be desired. I don't know. My good was G2 Vitality. So yeah, both of them are 3-0. Both of them stumped the absolute crap out of each other. Bo was fantastic in that Vitality team. I'm getting a lot of notifications about transfers. Never mind. Yeah. So, anyways, man, G2 Vitality were great last week. My first star goes to Hans Sama for his incredible Draven performance against G2. I mean, that really set the tone of his victory there. And pretty much obvious because of course Draven, Hans Sama, it's his thing. So, yep. That pretty much wins it all. Second star goes to Niski. His good play, of course, with Mad Lions and the synergy with the jungle, especially Loya, was huge. So I probably give him the second star for that. My 3 stars go to Bo. I'm gonna say this right now. I will probably do a video about Bo, but I'm gonna tell you something. Bo is as everything as advertised. I mean, he can play the Sejuani good. He can play the Vibe good. You can give him any jungle champion and he can absolutely outperform. I saw a video, yesterday of him making the Yankos forfeit at 15 minutes. When you make the greatest European jungler forfeit at 15 minutes, you know how good you are. And he has elevated Vitality into, dare I say, probably the favorites to win the split, which is something I haven't said about Vitality. I put them at around A tier for the winter split. I said they are good, but I'm just not sure they can be G2 Koi good. And yes, this is best of ones, and yes, the patch will change a bit. And of course, we will see how Bo and the rest of Vitality can adapt to the patches. But so far from this patch and from this 6 games, minus the SK loss, they are looking fantastic. They are looking like the best team in all of Europe right now. While the others have not been as consistent or have been pretty bad, for a while. But, of course, that leads us to week 2. Week 2 uglies. it has to go to Excel and Fnatic. First of all, Fnatic got a win against Excel, but doesn't genuinely feel like a win. I feel like Excel just dominated the game, and it took a little bit of Razog's Baron Steel magic to actually beat them. So while Fnatic just get a win, it doesn't actually feel like a win. Plus, those two losses really hurt them to the point that they're now 2-4. And even if they do make it to the 8, I don't see Fnatic as a team that can win the whole split, unless some magical patch changes and Reckless go berserk can help at that. But other than that, I just don't have a good feeling about it. I just don't have a really good feeling about Fnatic. I also put XL as well because XL are not great right now. You saw I think I read one of the Reddit posts about VTO literally crying and literally breaking down. He was really upset. He was really upset about it. And I think he could be replaced by Abadage next week. That and losing to Astralis. I think we already know where that goes from here. No, Astralis get the win. Don't get me wrong. Astralis, the way they played in the first day and the third, I think they deserve that win and I deserve that. But you losing to Astralis is automatically giving you the ugly patch with Fnatic. So yeah, that's how it goes. Koi having a really bad week. Losing to Heretics, losing to Mad, and then losing to SK. Who, by the way, I mean, I'm raising hands if you have SK winning 3 of the biggest games ever. Like, nobody was expecting that. So, for Koi to lose in those 3 teams is bad, but honestly, yeah. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know if Shikenda being in there is really hurting them. The lack of leadership hurting them. I mean, I mentioned about not having Odoame, not having a leader really hurts this team. Maybe the meta is not suited for them as well. And if they can manage to survive and manage to make the 8, maybe the patch notes and maybe the changes to the jungle actually going to help them. But we have to see. We have to see because it's not looking good for Koi right now. And they could be out. Just think about it. I mean, remember, top 8 can get you into groups. If Koi cannot even make the bare minimum, then it will be disappointing for them and the fans and for the hundreds and hundreds of subscribers of EBA's followers, of course. If you look at esports charts, Heretics Koi is like the largest ever peak viewership matchup in the split so far. Not G2 Fnatic, Koi Heretics. If you'd have told me that Koi Heretics would be the highest peak matchup ever at the start of this winter split, you would have laughed. You would have absolutely laughed your brains out. Just imagine if Koi does not make it to playoffs. The way the viewership has been right now, if Koi does not even make to the round of 8, if they don't even make the best of 3s, boy, that would be a hit. That would be a gigantic hit to the viewership and their confidence as well. Because remember, they bought the rogue team that won the whole thing. If Koi did not make it to the group stage, then goodness gracious, the viewership will be absolutely catastrophe for them. So yeah, we have to find out how this is going. This is not looking great for them. And then I put the good to both SK and BDS. I wanted to go with Vitality, but yeah, I'm gonna give it to the teams that actually deserve it. Adam was spectacular for the BDS this week. The whole SK squad was incredible. If you would have told me that SK would have gone in and faced an undefeated Vitality team, an undefeated G2 team, and Koi in that same week and won them all, then I think Dracos and Keijo would have laughed all the way to the bank. They would have laughed all the way to the bank and tell me you're an idiot, you're stupid, and they will slam the door right in your face. And that's exactly what SK did. In fact, I give S-Kick, Marcoon, and Certos 1 star each. I would love to get the whole team, but I'll give them 3 MVPs 1 star for their incredible individual performances in each of their wins. And the way they performed is incredible. I think, can I say something about it? Can I literally say something about the LEC culture right now? Can I really say something? It is so funny that many people the LEC people, like themselves, are really feel like if G2 Fnatic does not do well in LEC, then everything will be crap. That's what my consensus is. My consensus from the Discords and the Reddit fans and the Facebook and the Twitters, all this kind of stuff, is that if neither G2 or Fnatic does well, or Koi in some specifics do well, then the whole LECU is bad. Then the whole region is bad. Okay, alright. Does T1D plus dominating the LCK make the region bad? Yes, sometimes, but look at the success of the LCK right now. Look at the LCK right now. By the way, the Koi Heretics matchup is not the highest viewed this week. It's D plus Kia versus T1, and I watched that highlights, and it was fantastic. That game was absolutely fantastic. That series was absolutely fantastic. Kyria is a better AD carry than Reckless. I'm going to leave that thing right now. I'm going to leave you guys to just stew over your thoughts. But the fact that, you know, SK and BDS put up incredible performances, and yet people just barely talking about it, it doesn't sit right for you. I mean, for the first time in probably ever, people are looking at this LEC final week and just like, people are looking at the LEC next week as probably the most hyped up competitive LEC we have in a while. Because nobody was expecting BDS nor SK. I mean, everybody was thinking that these two teams are going to fight for 8 or something. Which is like, which I feel like is I feel like many of the players on that team, the staff, it kind of felt like a little disrespect, a little chip off the store, just saying, you guys have to fight for 8 or something, you know. And they just shut everybody up by performing incredibly well against SK, incredibly well against so many good teams in there. Now, granted, this is a best of 1. But best of 3 is going to be like the be and all end all. But for them to perform as incredible as it is, to come up against the bigger teams and not only beat them, but also perform magnificently well, that shows that anything can happen in not only best of 1s, but probably anything can happen in your region when you put some resources, some youth into the team, some belief, and of course, getting a meta that actually works in their favor. So, to all the G2 and Fnatic fans out there who are watching this right now, I want to tell you something this. Just because your team is bad does not mean that the region sucks. Now, I did post that little YouTube comments of this region can suck ass. Yeah, that was sadly me. And not because I'm just saying it's bad, but because, like, jeez. I mean, I know Vitality are good. I know Man Lions have been decent, but, BDS, SK? I have them, like, D, C tier plus at least? Huh. This is not right. And you want that, and for a fan of every region right now, you want to see the unexpected things. Look at WE. Look at Team WE. They have 2 series wins. 2 series wins this split. And they had none since the last split. They've already succeeded all our expectations. Okay, here's a little Mackie stats for you guys in case you haven't lived on the rock. BDS have the same amount of wins in this split that they have in their last split. If they were to win one more game from this week, maybe against G2, but who knows, they will have more wins in this split than they have in their 3 split history of the LEC. That is fantastic for a region that hasn't for a region that hasn't been like, you know, getting up to it. I mean, everybody heard about the big teams of the LFL, of course, your K-Corps and your Mirage and your Games Ward or something. But for BDS, from a region like France, to perform so well, it's magnificent. You saw Adam play well, Nuke, who's also called Nukerland. He's also incredible good right now. it is so eye-opening to see a team, coming in, not being afraid, play their best stuff, go toe to toe, go letter to letter, and pull off some upsets. It's beautiful. It's chaotic sometimes, and I know many people decide, well, you know what, we're not care about the regular season. Well, look at you, Fnatic guys. Hey, look at you, Fnatic. You're just one loss away from being into the bottom two. Do you care about the regular season? I know this format it's not the sexiest format, but by God, these teams care, damn it. Look at SK. SK have probably more wins in this split than they have in the first half of probably the last two splits. If you cut the whole regular season from last year, both regular seasons from last year's, and put it in a 9-game set, they would have more wins than probably both of them combined. And that's incredible considering the team that they have and the uniforms they have. But consider everything that these two teams have gone. I feel like the LEC has kind of disrespected them. Don't you just feel like that BDS and SK get a little disrespected by the community because G2 and Fnatic lost, and then they're like, hey, let's blame on Fnatic and blame on G2. Oh my God, Draven on Summit did not even came, and we're gonna lose. Oh shucks, you know what? It's sad. It's sad. Where's the credit? Give these teams some credit. If they're gonna lose in the best of 3, so be it. But be happy for them. Be happy that BDS is actually doing well, or be happy that SK is actually playing decently good League of Legends. These things never come around once. Look, be happy that TSM is doing well, okay? TSM have gone through crap. Their ownership is horrible. The FTX situation is horrible. The fact that all these years of winning and everything has finally come home to roost. They're like the Manchester United of the League of Legends right now. They're 2-0. And yes, they're going to fall off eventually, but the fact they're 2-0, it's something. It's not what you wanted, but it's something. I mean, Jesus. I cannot take the Reddit community so seriously right now. And that's why I don't go to Twitter as much. I don't take Reddit comments so seriously because it almost feels like every single team has really, really high expectations. If you're G2 and you're Fnatic and you're Core and you're all and Excel and probably Vitality at some point, you build that team and you're just like, we're winning the split, baby. We don't care what people saying, we're going to win the split. And then when that expectations just go down the hill so fast, met with the absolute brutality of reality, it can crumble you. Look at Vito. His world got shattered, for God's sakes. He was the MVP. Last year he was MVP of the split for Misfits. And now he's gone to a team that everybody expected him to win, and now he's crumbling like a tree, for God's sakes. He's going to be replaced by Alba Doggy. Goodness. It's incredible. It is so incredible how incredibly quick these fan bases can change from high expectations and winning and every single thing like, oh my God, we can win, to now looking like absolute fools. Like, I cannot believe that BDS and SK make every single fan base this week look like absolute fools. I bet you BDS and SK coming into the season just feel like, we don't expect anything. We don't expect to do anything. We just go out there, just play, and have fun. They would have the same thing. I mean, okay, Fnatic fans. I'm just gonna listen to you. Fnatic fans across the world. How many people would say they won the split because you have Reckless on the team? How many people said that they're gonna win the split because Reckless came in? I'm gonna give you at least 2 seconds. You'd already thought about that? You would say yes. You would say you're gonna win the split. You say you're gonna just like, well, we're gonna win the split. This is gonna be the easiest split we're gonna win. You haven't won anything in 5 years. 5 years, Fnatic. You haven't won anything since beating G2 down to the ass 5 years ago. You haven't done that since you made it to World's Finals. And you think bringing back Reckless is going to be the answer to all your problems? I've already mentioned it in my preview. What's the issue with Fnatic? I've already mentioned that. But all you people that just like not even care about it. In fact, you people don't even care about my content anymore. You people don't even care about other people's content. When we speak the truth, we don't speak you as a hate towards your team. We speak to you because you have your issues. Every team have issues. That's why I said to each and every team, hey, you're good, but you have some stuff that you can fix towards. You know, maybe it's a coaching staff problem, maybe it's a team environment. But if things don't fix early and often, it will go south pretty badly. I asked you G2 fans during that time when you had Reckless, what was the issue with Reckless on your team? The same thing that happened into Fnatic. He doesn't do well when you have the Lucians and the Jins and those champions that he used to play. He's playing in a different meta right now when Ashe and Kalista are the flavor of the week. You know, he hasn't played in a support with a support like Rux. Hilly is gone. He's on to another place. At least Hilly doesn't do much Hilly things, which is the best part about Mad Lions. And there goes my over under 40 deaths per split. But the fact is, Fnatic, is that all you people who thinking that Fnatic can easily snap their fingers and win the whole split are absolutely delusional. They haven't seen the games. They haven't even talked to the fans. They just like the moment Fnatic lost, all of you guys go to Reddit and burn it down. Like all you guys. And the same thing happened last year when Fnatic went absolutely gone down south. Everybody's just saying, fire your Mantle Cannon, fire the players, fire Humanoid, or all this stuff, without even like crediting the other team, you know? GBay99 said it best, that League of Legends is the only game that doesn't give other teams respect. If Albers Nox, some of the players that Albers Nox would have talked to some people today, they would have just said the whole world we feel disrespected by the whole world because we never get the respect that we deserve. Now today I'm giving BDS and SK credit for holding off incredible wins, for making incredible drafted and making incredible decisions. And if all you Fnatic and G2 fans are gonna cry about it and just weep about it and just saying, oh, we do not even care about your content, I'm gonna unsub you, then who cares? These are my opinion. These are my things. I'm giving credit where credit is due. You may not like it, but that's the truth. And if you do not care about this, then go to another content. Go to Cajal, go to Medic, go to all these form LEC or LCS guys who does all the content and watch all the things and talk all the crap they always said. Just go out there, you know, do your thing and care a bit. But here's the thing. I'm just going to give credit where credit is due. Cajal and Draco's going to do their podcast and they're going to give the credit where credit is due. And if you media doesn't like it, that's on you. That is on you. But if Fnatic does not make Group 8, who are you going to blame, huh? Reckless, Wander, Razak, Humanoid, Rux, the coaching staff? Maybe you for having too much high expectations to the team. It happened to G2 last year, 2 years ago. It happened to Vitality last year, and now it's happening to you. And it's now happening to XL, and it's now happening to Koi. Just because you build a team that will absolutely win the championship does not give you the right to have the championships. Championships are earned. Championships are like diamonds. When you put too much pressure on it, either it will produce them or it will burst like a pipe. Championships are not being given to you on preseason hype. You have to earn it every single day. You have to scrim every single day on different patches every single day. You have to do scrim blocks each and every night. You have to do solo queues each and every night. Go look at Bo. Razak, I want you to go on Bro's channel and see what he did. Go on Bo's channel. He is screwing up all of Europe, man. He's doing all the things you haven't done. He's ganking level 1s. He's farming incredibly well. Learn from him. Why can't you just be like him sometimes? If I were you, I would have learned from Bo. If I were any jungler in the course of this, I would go on Bo's channel and learn from what he did. Because the guy is insane and he's amazing and he's good. or else you might get replaced by a guy like Bo. You know, you see all the Koreans and Japanese, they're doing well. You might be next, and you know what? Fnatic don't even care because all they want is that trophy, that championship, that world championship that they won at the end of the rainbow, without fans not knowing that you're gonna get beat by Korea or beat by China, and you know what? That's reality. If Fnatic or any other big name team with all that cash and all that money can't face it, cannot even look at the mirror and realize, yep, we're just not good. We're just not good. Then you just lost the point. You just lost the plot. You just lost all hope. Yeah. So I think it's time for them to give BDS, give SK the flowers. Give them all the flowers they need because they deserve it. They earned it. They deserve credit. They deserve your treatment. And I think the LEC fans should know that as well. The LEC fans does not appreciate what these teams have done, who worked so hard to achieve their status here, then I think people are delusional. And one last thing, people are told me that the franchising system kind of sucked. What are we gonna do? Go back to rel? Go back to promotion relegation? That would be tricky enough itself. And I heard that I saw in the comments as saying that we might do what Valorant has done. I am not sure if John and Nas would probably gonna tell Valorant and tell me, how would you do your system? And we might implement it you. And that would be confusing as heck. If you decided that one day you decided to disperse this franchise system and make it like a pro-rel thing, then great, that's fine. That's fine, but here's the thing. GMA99 did this video, of course, about the LCS dying, and he said one thing about the LCS is stability. And if you take that stability out, it will cause massive destruction. Chernobyl-style destruction. So, I don't know what you guys are yapping about pro-rel, but one, it ain't never gonna happen ever again. The ship is already sailed years ago. And two, if you are a G2 fan or a Fnatic fan, just give credit to the other team. Please. You had a bad day. Every single teams, good teams, have bad days. I had a bad day on Sunday when I lost to Arsenal, okay? We have to move on. We have to move on. We have to move forward, you know? We can't just dwell back in the past, because if we dwell back in the past, we're always going to leave with regrets. So, just take the L, shower, put on your fresh clothes, and move on. And I'm moving on because this has gone long enough to about 28 minutes. Jesus. 2 stars are going to Evie because I think Evie played a lot of Cassante, and Cassante is absolutely broken, and I love this dude. But he's playing too many Cassante. I really wanted to see him play other than him. If he plays something other than him, then I would give him the 3 stars. But unfortunately, because Cassante isn't still in the meta, can't do that. He's good, but he's too heavily reliant on that guy. My 3-star go to Adam. His performance against Wonder again. His performance in that win, in that 3rd win, was impressive. He's been good. I mean, I give Adam credit for redeeming himself after that time with Fnatic was an absolute disaster for his part, of course, because he was involved in the whole Adam upset crap, and I'm not going to get into with all the family drama and everything like that, so I'm not going to get into it, but for him to pick him up back from the academy all the way to here is fantastic to hear. He's been good. He's been really good. Remember, he was the Rookie of the Year once upon a time, so he's been really, really good. So I think if you are a BDS fan, your team doesn't have any expectations, but for him, I said it's great. I said it's great to see him perform well with a good team and long reign and continue. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it for the good, bad, and ugly of the week, the superlatives of the week. So far, my predictions have been absolutely disastrous. I started off 9-0 in my predictions, and then I'm now 13-17. So I won like 14 of the last 20, 44 of the last 21. And I think because of some of the unpredictability of the LEC with the best of one nature, that pretty much brought it up. So I'm gonna do another prediction next week, and then of course, who knows where the chaos leads us? Who knows? But thank you everybody for sticking around. If you like the video, do like. If you want to comment, do your comment. If you want to subscribe, do subscribe. And love me or don't. Whatever you want to do. I don't care.